Hello, you are listening to and also watching Kid Game Rules with Piotr Kron. I am Piotr Kron. Today we will deviate a little bit from the usual talking of games to talk instead about Kid's book, the wonderful, droll and beautifully illustrated Goodnight Gorilla, which I would argue also carries with it a hidden, subversive sort of message as well. So for those of you not familiar with the book, I will summarize the very basic and simple story. It seems to be a typical night at the zoo, and the zookeeper is locking up for the night, but the gorilla reaches his hand out and steals the zookeeper's keys. And so begins the process of him allowing the other animals to escape. And you will notice right away he's followed by his compatriot the mouse. And the gorilla begins his process of allowing all the other animals out of their individual cages while the zookeeper remains blissfully aloof of what's happening. Soon enough, all of the animals are free from the zoo. They leave and cross the pathway up to the home of the zookeeper. And here you have the reverse angle as the animals cross over the threshold and into the home itself, the inner sanctum. And once safely inside the house, they prepare for bed. Even the cute little mouse has found his own place in the drawer, and the animals go to sleep. The zookeeper's wife here, you can see, turns off the light. She says, "Good night, dear." But when the lights go out, much to her surprise, all the animals speak up good night, they all say. They speak quite good English, I guess. As you can see, she is shocked by this moment. There's my hands with camera in the background. And she takes them back to the zoo, where of course all of these wild and unruly beasts really belong. "Good night, zoo," she tells them in quite simple language. She returns to the house, but the gorilla has followed her. And indeed, in the final moments, we see the gorilla and the mouse with his banana sneaking to join the zookeeper and his wife in bed. And all is well. It's 10:30 at night, and safely squirreled away in the bed now is the gorilla, the mouse, the zookeeper and his wife. "Good night, gorilla," says the mouse, and "Z," says the gorilla to indicate he is asleep. So much for that. Right away from the cover image of the book, we see the monkey not only holding the key but a finger to his mouth, suggesting, "I have a secret, be quiet, do not tell." Well, of course, any secret that this cute little monkey would hold has to be a secret of some taboo nature, some secret so delicate he dare not speak it aloud. This is the secret revealed somewhere in the book Goodnight Gorilla, whether the author is unconscious of it or conscious of it. This is at the center a most unconventional family. You can see from the photos on the wall. There in the center, the husband and wife on the wedding day. For some reason, zookeeper wears his work uniform. But over to the left, you can also see the mother with child, but the child is of a non-human sort. And there below, bottom right, you see the zookeeper holding what we can safely say is a phallus object, phallus symbol, a python perhaps, but yet at the same time also an animal. And there on the wall, paired with humans, photographs of animals as well. This seems to be a family that draws none of the conventional distinctions between animal kingdom animals and the human animal. The secret is beginning to reveal itself. And more strange images abound. I don't think it takes Freudian here to understand what it means for the monkey to put his key into this hole, or more peculiar, all the bones in the background. A lot of bones in this book. And what about the zookeeper here, seen with his sort of impotent light torch here that he carries as well? And not to mention all the symbols he possesses of the masculinity that he in fact lacks. Those symbols, of course, include the badge, the assertive necktie, and the somewhat laughable thin mustache itself. But imagery aside, the most significant challenge to the more straight reading of the narrative, of course, is the story itself and how much we have to refuse to believe in order to accept it on its surface level. Really? She walks across from the zoo and is not aware that 2 feet behind her is a monkey carrying a set of jangling keys? Really? She does not know? Really? She is unaware of the mouse few yards behind carrying a banana on a string? How could this woman be so unaware? Well, I would venture she is aware. And this is part of her ritual, a kind of denial of her deeper needs, her need to take these animals home with her into the inner sanctum of her bedroom and into her bed. And I think we can hold the zookeeper, the husband, accountable as well. Really, he is unaware that the gorilla reaches through the bars of the cage and grabs his keys? Really, he is unaware one animal after another escaping? He is, of course, aware. He is a participant. In the last analysis, is there any image in the history of children's literature as subversive as this image? Husband and wife split apart by animals in between, pretending that they don't know what has happened to the marriage, and in between them, the self-contented sleeping gorilla, the mouse, also culpable, part of the problem, for he has dragged the banana in, and we know the banana has served some purpose in the course of that evening, for in that final image, the banana is now only the peel. The strange quartet, human, animal, animal, human, and then the 5th member, the banana, sharing the bed. Goodnight, gorilla, a delightful story with something secret, something hidden, something strange. You have been listening to and also watching Kid Game Rules with Piotr Kron. I am Piotr Kron. I thank you for listening.